Hey Cypress, Douglas has been talking about Ecclesiastes, and while it's a word I can say, I cannot spell it, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. It's a part of the wisdom literature in the Bible. There's three books in the Old Testament, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Job. They're all together that teach us a clear picture of wisdom and God's wisdom. Proverbs is this kind of clean idea where A plus B always equals C. And then Ecclesiastes is like a response to Proverbs, and it goes, wait a minute, I know from experience that A plus B does not always equal C in good and bad things. And then Job looks at this from a different perspective, and it says, even in the darkest moments of our life, we need to know and trust that God is good and He's working for us. I think a fun way I try to understand this is if you went to these three people and asked them for parenting advice. Proverbs would say, parenting, got this. You just raise them in the way they should go. They're going to be good and honest people when they grow up. Ecclesiastes would say, wait a minute, that's not the way I've seen it. I have a friend that raised the kid up and did everything right, and that kid's a jerk. And then Job would tell you that he had kids and that they were taken from him and he lost them, and that he knows that God is good and that we should make the most of our moments with our children. And you can see how all three of these are correct and how they bring us into God's wisdom in a whole way. And ultimately, they're just trying to make us humble followers of God, that we should fear God and obey His commandments, but at the same time, we shouldn't expect that everything's always going to go right. And this doesn't mean that God is not good. In fact, it just means that life is full of paradoxes that we can't understand. And the great thing about these three books together is they force us to say, what are my motives for pursuing God and pursuing this good life if there's so much incongruity in life? And so think about that today, and I hope God gives you some wisdom and understanding. I know He will if you give Him some time. See you, Cypress.